everyone. Welcome. Welcome back. My name is Candace. This is my channel about cross stitch and sometimes other crafts. We have none of those other crafts today because it's been a really busy 2 weeks. This is Flosstube 92. You guys knew that already. I didn't. So, welcome. Happy August. I cannot believe it's August already. My kids went back to school today. They are in Sane. So my husband basically just made them change their clothes and go get in the pool. Just to like chill. There's a lot going on right now. Let's see. So my youngest is entering 3rd grade. And my oldest, 5th grade. So for us, elementary school goes until 6th grade. So we still have, you know, this year and next year before my oldest goes to, they call it middle school, but really, when I was a kid, junior high was 7th and 8th grade. For some reason here in Indiana, at least in our area, 7th and 8th grade is middle school. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, the weather's been super nice the last 2 days, so that helped us get stuff done around the house. Let's see. Oh, and I got to make a correction on Owen's divisional swim time. So when I recorded last week, Owen swam, and I said he took off like 25 seconds or something like that. We didn't realize until the next day that our kids for the summer session qualified in a long course pool that is measured in meters. They swam divisionals in a short course pool that is measured in yards. That was the difference. So he did take a couple seconds off, but it was not 25 seconds. But Saturday he swam the 50 back and the 100 free. He did get disqualified in the 50 back because his entire body was underwater when he touched the wall behind him. You have to have some tiny little part of your body outside of the water when you hit the wall. So he got disqualified right at the end. He swam really, really well too. And then his 100 back, he also did amazing. I cannot remember what his time is now, but he did an excellent job. And my mom and stepdad got to see him swim, which was cool. They've never seen him swim like on a team at all, just in, you know, regular people's pools. So that was very cool. Oh, let's see what else. Work. Now we have work in school. Swim doesn't start back up until after Labor Day. Hi, Mr. Whisker Biscuit. What you do? So that didn't work out so well. Whoopsies. I was going to show you my cat, and I picked him up and the cord to the ring light at the same time, and it didn't work out so well. So there's a little break in there because the entire thing fell over. Okay, how about some stitching? So it was funny because last week I talked about how I hadn't touched the Fresh Flowers kit since July 1st. So of course, after I edited and uploaded my video, I worked on Fresh Flowers. Just couldn't help myself. So this is a Dimensions kit, and that's what it looks like. It's just a little guy. I haven't ever done a Dimensions kit before, so the first one I did, I kind of wanted to be small, just so I could get a feel for the symbols and how it's charted and all of that good stuff. So I'm using all the kit stuff all the fabric floss. I did change out the needle. Tighten this puppy back up. So here's where I was before. Make sure it's right side up. And there's where I am now. So I did get quite a lot of stitching done on it. Oh my goodness, Kitten just found a spider on the ceiling. Whiskers, you're not gonna be able to reach it, yo. He thinks he can though. So this is really small, but it barely, the fabric barely fits in this Q-snap. I had to put some of my, like, oh, what do you call it? Shelf liner. Put some shelf liner on it. So that was my very last project of July. And then August started. So I am doing a couple different challenges. Sane Stitchers has Crazy Domino Effect. What that is you start with one project, and I chose the level that is 100 stitch increments. It's kind of headed my way, but it's not anywhere I can reach yet. Anyway, so my first project I did 100 stitches on. My second project, I had to link to it. So I did MEOW, right? Yes, so I did MEOW for my first project. And I only had to do 100 stitches, but I did 195 because I was at work. So MEOW is from Hands On Design, and it looks like this when it's all finished. And I'm doing this on an unnamed 28 count from Bestitch Me. Okay, so I'll put where I was last time down here. I think I have it in long form. If not, it will be right here. And here's where I am now. So I think I only did one cat. I think I had this cat done last time, and I did this one. And here's the reason for it. This cat, I did 3 times. I got all the gray stitched and realized I was over this way, one too many stitches. You can't really fudge something that's going to be turned into a specific size, like a block. So I ripped out all the gray and I redid it. And when I redid it, the little paws down here, yeah, messed those up too. Forgot to do it because I started with the light gray. So I forgot to do the little darker gray right above the white, and the light gray was down on the white. So the entire cat was down one too far. So I had to rip it out again. It's right now. But needless to say, that kind of made me lose interest on working on it this last 2 weeks. So, yeah. Okay, so the project I did next for Crazy Domino Effect is MEOW by Designs by Lisa. And I linked them because there are cats in both. So that kind of gives you an idea of how the links work when you're linking projects together. So this is If Cats Could Talk. Designs by Lisa. And this one is being done on Sprite. It's supposed to be a 32 count. It measures like a 34. So I'm doing this 1/2. And here's where I was before. And there's where I am now. So this fabric, I don't know if it's going to show up right, but it's like a very pale, like pinky purple color. So I got some neck. I think I got, what did I get? 221 stitches. Because for this one, I had to do, because it was my second one, I had to do 200 stitches. So it was pretty easy with the neck, because it literally had just all the way down. Then for my next one, yes, I did Let's Talk Spring by Hands On Design. And I linked this because there are flowers in both. So see, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It's really pretty simple. So that's what that one looks like. If you were to do it on the chalkboard black fabric. I did not do it on chalkboard black fabric. This is on a 32 count lavender Lugana. So here's where I was before. And here's where I am now. The color's pretty close, but it really is more purple than it's showing. I think it's showing kind of like a purpley blue, but it really is like purple. Like a purple just does not photograph well. But anyway, so this one I needed to do 300 stitches and I actually did 578. So, and here's where we come to an interesting one. So the next one I linked to it was, hold please. So Mr. Spider-Man came down from the ceiling and my awesome cat was like, hey, look, it's right here on the floor. Anyway, now it's gonna rain, if anyone knows that superstition. Okay, so because Let's Talk Spring has a bird in it, I decided to do Birds and Blooms. It's Birds and Blooms Garden Max Color by Amy Stewart. Looks like this. It's really long. So I started stitching on it, and I actually stitched on it 2 nights in a row, and wasn't loving it. I think the biggest reason is the fabric, because it's a 28 count easy grid, and the threads in the fabric are just not the same as in a 25 count. It's a max color, so on top of the holes being smaller, it makes the stitches tighter, and I'm already using a ton of colors, and I really love it, but I do not love stitching it. So for now, this is a UFO. So here's where I was before, and that's where I got to, and I am going to UFO it. Because like I said, I love it, but I don't love stitching it. So I'm just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it go. I will probably just cut the fabric off and I'll save this in case I find something that is not a max color that I want to do maybe tent stitch on. Maybe I'll try it on this. 2 strands tent on this. I mean, I love the chart, don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying I'll never stitch it. This one is going bye-bye. So, the thing is I'm not sad about it because I really did not enjoy stitching it. So, so then I forget without looking at my phone how things progressed, but I'm on my 6th. Because you do 10 and then you can start over back at 100. So your 10th project will be 1,000 stitches. I think actually this one was next. And this was a new start, but it seemed odd to kind of like put it by itself. So this is a Mill Hill Buttons and Beads kit. This is Tea Time. And of course I'm using all the called for. I started this and here's where I am so far. So those words are filled in. And then I have like a tiny, I had thread left, so I just like filled in this little square right here. So far we have Earl Grey and Jasmine. And then this whole circle is actually beads, which is why there's nothing in there right now. So what I'm going to do is I worked my way, I started top center, and I got this done, moved this way, and I'm going to work my way across now so that my fingers are not on my stitches. Because, hold it in hand, I mean, what else, how else are you going to stitch on perforated paper? So I hold it like this. It's like a duck. Quack, quack. And then I stitch one-handed, which feels like it takes forever. Okay, and then I worked on this one last night, and if you guys saw, I got my Instagram back. Massive life update there. It took me 35 days, but I finally got my Instagram back, and I'm super excited. I do not know what I'm going to do with the other account I created, the Candace.koester Stitching, because it's really kind of a pain to try and keep up with multiple Instagram accounts. And I don't really want to get rid of Willow Spring Co. because that's where I destash stuff. So I will probably just let that account go. I'll probably post a couple more times on it just saying, hey, I'm going to close this one out. This is, over here is my original. I will probably just log out of it. And, like, I won't completely delete it, but there won't be any content on it. So, but last night I pulled out Winter Warmth. This is from Little Dove Designs. And I needed, because this is on Crazy Domino Effect, and I needed to do 500 stitches on it. So I did. I did 508. So here's where it was before. And it's a little, and there's where it is now. So, of course, this is, if you've been here for a while and you've seen these before, you know that I did not know how to correctly place my chart on fabric for some reason when I started these. Math didn't work for me. This is on a 14 count light seafoam Ada. It's a Charles Craft. I got it at Joann's in Toledo, Ohio. So you see all this margin up here? I'm gonna have like a ½ inch down here. 3 of them are like this, and actually the 4th one, which was, I think summer, is the one I restarted because the fabric was too light for all the white that's in it. So I love the way this looks on this light seafoam. It looks so good. But yeah, so I got all the sides done as far as my Q-snap would allow. So I had my Q-snap like right here. So I just did the sides down as far as I could. And then I will, that's why I haven't done any of the back stitching yet. Because I know my Q-snap's going to go over part of it. So like these trees are back stitched. There's like flower, well, I guess it's more like baby tree stems, but you know, these trees are all back stitched, the laces on the skates, stuff like that. So it says winter warmth here, and then this is December, January, February. So obviously I haven't done that. I could have, because the Q-snap's not going to cover that. So I may do that next time I pull it out. But I actually wasn't going to work on this one anymore this year because I had met my whip go goal on it 2 months ago, probably. But it kind of fit perfectly, which is why you're going to see some weird whips this month, because it really fit in perfectly. The theme, it was snow. So I had done another full coverage that has snow, and then this was the one after it. Sorry, I just showed you part of the dirt. So I worked on this one when we were at my mother-in-law's. This is Tea by Mirabilia. Well, I mean, it's by Nora Corbett, but Mirabilia put it out. I love it. I love it. So, I made myself a nice gigantic working copy. And here's where it was before. This is on a 32 count unnamed light purplish gray by Stitch Me. So here's where it is now. I did get quite a bit of stitching done. Like a lot. I feel like my camera is like, what is up with this purpley color? So yeah, quite a bit of stitching done. Still working on her butt. Actually, no, now I'm kind of like running down here into her dress, because it hurts my shoulder to try and work up high right now. So I'm just kind of working down where it's comfortable. And I thought about putting it on a scroll rod, but I'm not sure if I have long enough rods for this one right now. I'm not sure. Because then at least that way I could just like roll it and I would feel better about it instead of it being squished in a Q-snap. Or, I mean, I could just take it out every time, too. That would... What a novel concept. All right, and then the last one I worked on, I kind of... Hold on. I've got a needle just floating around. So this is Christmas Pixie. The artist is Reuben McHugh, and I got it from Charting Creations. This is not a mini. This is a full-size chart. It is 16 by 16 on 25 count fabric. So here's where it was before. And there we are now. I got a lot of stitching done. Almost 2,000 stitches, I think. I moved this, you can see from the before picture that I started getting it into a diagonal. And I just could not stop working on it. But it looks so good. I just love it. I just love it so much. Oh, and I did make a mistake. So yes, this is $37.99, but this one right here is $38.47. It's not $38.10. So I'm using a ton of $38.47, which is another good reason to do diagonal, because now I'm going to start coming into the fairy, and I won't have, like, this right here is the end of $37.99, because there's a big rose, like a big white rose right here. And then it'll start back up. But $37.99 is or the $38.47 is a boost. There's a lot of it. But really, I could not be happier with the way this is turning out. It looks so good. So those are my whips this week. Oh no! What did I lose? Some haul. Okay, and then, if y'all remember, last week, I was giving away this summer, like, the fabric, the floss, and my cheat sheet because I converted it. And the winner is Devi Sisk, or Devi. Which one is it? Devi or Devi? I think it's Devi. Devi Sisk. Yay, Devi. Hey, shoot me an email because I don't know if I still have your address because I know you've won before. So she's going to get to finish this project if she wishes. Maybe she just wants to steal the floss. I don't know. But the opportunity is there for her to finish this project if she would like. But you can't have the bag because I love my bee bag. He's got little bees on it. And it's got quill. It was one of the first vinyl front bags I ever made. Okay, and the only other thing I have is I got a little bit of fall, and it's all floss. So I did get my Color and Cotton August. Hopefully you guys have gotten yours by now. These colors are exactly me. Look at the purple and teal and gray. Oh, I love it. And then the other one are all fall. Like bring on autumn and sweaters and crisp air. I'm ready. I'm ready. Now. Okay, and then I also could not tell you exactly why I got this right this second, but I know there was a reason. Now, I love Victorian Model Sampler floss. I do not love their business practices when it comes to trying to order directly from them. I believe now they only sell on Etsy. So there's not a concern anymore because we're protected when you purchase on Etsy. But I did get this little pack of greens. So mint, 17th century Amazon, flowers, and shamrock. And they're good colors. I like them a lot. Because I didn't really have a whole lot of greens. And then this, I'm not going to go through all the colors, but it's Grandmother's Heirloom Quilts. That's what the, that's what that one was called. So here's the first couple, the first 5. And then there's 4 more. And then here's the last 3. So very, very pretty. Here, let me see if I can hold them all up together. There is a specific project that I had gotten these for, but it was like in the planning phases. I just can't remember exactly which one it was. So eventually I'll figure it out. But for now, they'll go in my stash and have some really pretty greens to go in my stash. So I'm fairly certain that the cats are eyeballing these at this point because they want all the floss. You know, because cats are jerks. So I did no sewing. I did no knitting this week. I did get to hang out with my boss that retired in March. We went and had dinner one night, and then we got to go see their 5th wheel that they're living out of. They were parked at her daughter's house, so they were visiting family. And so we got to go see them and hang out, which was super fun. And then I think that's it. As far as plans go, I'm going to continue to work on Crazy Domino Effect. I think my next one, because I was using I can't remember what I linked to, but I linked it to Let's Talk Spring. So I need to finish my stitches for that. I think I only have like 100 stitches left to go. And then I'll figure out a different project to link. So next week might be a whole slew of completely different projects, except this one. This is my focus for this month. So I will probably, it was also a whip go, But I'm so close to 2,000 stitches that I might as well just check that off because that was my goal for it. Oh, but Birds and Blooms Garden was also a goal for 2,000. So I'm going to change that square to something else. And then I will work on that as well. So we'll see. But it is, I know a lot of people are doing arbitrary August. For me, that just means working on whatever the heck you want. I know the spirit behind it is to use like a wheel or Tiny Decisions app or whatever. But I just would prefer just to work on whatever I want and be arbitrary that way, I guess. So, all right, my cat's looking at me. I think he's mad because I killed the spider. Ooh, Tracy, I'm sorry. Tracy doesn't like the S word. Tracy, I'm sorry. If you're still watching, if you haven't shut me off already. So anyway, if you do not follow me at candace.koester on Instagram, I have my account back and I'm super excited. It was such a relief last night when I got it back. I just wanted to like jump up and down. Seems weird, but whatever. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Things should be back to normal now. The kids are back in school. Hopefully that means lots of stitching for me now. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.